Hello, people. Before we get started this week, we have something very special to give away. A beautiful, solid wood, magnetically assembled black walnut dice tower from our friends at Wormwood Gaming. Valued at $190, this collapsible dice tower can be assembled in seconds and breaks down to a kit that can fit in any bag or purse. It is killing me to give this away. If I had any idea how nice it was going to be, I swear I would have kept it for myself. It is that amazing. They have 15 different types of wood they use to create these stunning works of art, so be sure to check out all of them at wormwoodgaming.com. If you pick something up, use the checkout code Godsfall for free domestic shipping. And head over to godsfall.com so you can enter for a chance to win the tower I'm playing with right now, as well as videos and pictures so you can see it in action. Trust me, you don't want to miss out on this. Now let's get back to the show. My name is Aram. Welcome back to Godsfall. Godsfall is a custom fantasy story told through the lens of a Dungeons & Dragons game that is played and recorded in Washington, D.C. and written and produced in Chicago.
Hi, my name is Steven. I'm playing the 5th level Dwarf Paladin, Torrvic, Wildtongue.
My name is Doug, and I'm playing Dorro, Knott, 5th level Halfling Rogue.
Hi, my name is Michael. I'm playing Xion Praeten, the 5th level Human Sorcerer.
Hi, my name is Kelly, and I'm playing Rina Falaval, a 5th level Wild Elf Ranger.
Last time on Godsfall.
The players return to the observatory to find an unconscious Vermond and a very excited Oinkers.
What have you been doing? You fought somebody. What did you do?
She kind of like does that. What me? No, that's silly. And then she just kind of headbutts you again.
Bam!
Yeah.
We're just falling over each other.
So is this your pet?
What?
Oinkers gets up and looks at you and just huffs and does a little circle and puts her little hoof on his chest and then puts the hoof on her chest and huffs at you again and then goes around and basically kind of throws a cold shoulder at you now.
I think that means no.
A pet.
Taking a night for rest and recovery, the players discuss the enormity of the task set before them.
Didn't we just
Okay.
accomplish a lot in that tower?
We accomplished very
my
little,
gosh.
actually.
Look at our new
We came
map.
to realize the scope of what we must deal with now.
Pretty much. I mean, if you went to the tower to get the God King, you don't have a God King.
We don't have a God
You don't
King.
have any of his equipment.
Once a decision was made, Dorro gathered them together and teleported them to the Spear of Jarden.
All right, Dorro.
All right, come on. Hey, everyone, you too, pig, come on.
All right, so you guys are brought inside, brought into a large chamber. You're given towels and dry clothing. They light a fire, and food is brought into this room. Food and ale and cheeses, water and other things are brought in to feed you. And in a few minutes later, Bettigrit walks in, and she is noticeably pregnant.
That's bullshit. It takes months and years and...
It takes, well, for dwarves, it takes a year and a half. And this has happened over 3 days. You know, at first they thought it was an infection, so they put roots and they put leeches on her, and, you know, because they don't have a magical healer here. And later, they just, when, he realized what it was, because he can hear a second heartbeat at this point. On the 3rd day, there was another heartbeat that he could clearly hear. In fact, there were 2 extra heartbeats that he could clearly hear.
2 extra heartbeats?
Twins.
Torrvic, you're a dad! You shut up.
Soon after Torrvic learned of his impending fatherhood, Caitlin joined them as well.
I had the most wonderful dream.
I bet you did. Caitlin!
Dorro!
I give Caitlin a hug.
She runs over and hugs you. I'm glad you're safe.
Of course we're safe.
And Oinkers comes over and she rubs Oinkers' head. I'm glad you're safe too, Oinkers.
Once everyone was reunited, Xion got down to business.
Our major concern at this point is that, well, of course, the Blackwater is still pursuing us. So it's probably best that we take this ship and we ride today over to the coast south of the Republic of Wessle and disembark with just the 6 of us, Cyrena, and of course your personal guard.
What was her name?
Joshua Omar.
Joshua. Seems a good plan as any. We should be careful. We should do this quietly.
Aren't these orcs? We're not gonna talk to them, right?
We can talk to orcs.
What? No, orcs eat you.
No, they don't.
I have this on good authority that they eat people.
They absolutely eat halflings.
Our chief, what?
Diplomat. You're going to be the one.
It means appetizer.
Are there other planets like up in?
That's a very good question. Okay. There is, much like this world, there is a sun and there is a moon. There are other planets. Now, I have not thought about this at all. I don't want to lock anything down. But yes, there are definitely other planets in this solar system. And there are stars in the sky, yes.
There's obviously a comet.
Nebulas, and there are comets. So,
And meteors. Don't forget the meteors.
and meteors, yes. There's all this thing. And there is still, by the way, that little glowing green speck that is ever...
Yeah, I was wondering, at night,
Yeah.
we see this...
Yeah, no. If you look up into the sky, there is this ever-growing green speck. I would say right now in the sky, in a clear day, it's about, like if you held your hands up to it, like about there. And when you were back at Turtle Bay, you'd say it was about there. And for those who can't see me going there or there, I've made the difference between, I'd say, 1 millimeter and 3 millimeters.
So it's getting closer.
It's definitely getting closer.
Poking a hole.
And you can't see a tail.
Remember about this.
I am. I'm remembering about that. You wouldn't see a tail because the tail of a comet points directly away from the sun. And this thing just went around the sun and is coming back. So it's moving directly away from the sun and toward you, so you wouldn't see the tail because the tail would be actually in front of it. You'd see the back end of the tail and the comet coming behind it.
Son of a bitch. Look, babe, the last time we went to the...
Babe. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. Look, babe, remember when we were
How about Spark? What you call
Hey,
Spark?
Sparky.
Yeah! Hey, Sparks.
So, Sparks,
Oh my God. Oh,
Yes!
Sparks.
Sparks, last night... not last night. So, Sparks, the other day when we were in that room...
terrible eye crusher.
Please, just...
Oh my God.
Please, just get through my sentence!
What happened?
Yeah, squish.
Squish.
Sparks and squish.
Spark and squish. I went fantasy. I do like that. I do like that.
Hey, Sparks.
Hey, squish.
So like the other day when we were in the Union, and we were...
You mean yesterday we were in the terrible godlike creation? Yeah, I do remember that.
Hey, Sparks.
Hey, squish.
You remember last year?
Sparks got into my bag.
When was I?
I'm never gonna get through this if you don't shut up.
Okay, sorry.
Hey, Sparks.
Yeah, squish.
So you remember yesterday when we were in the Union, and our powers were taken away from us, and we had to just fight on our own without our powers?
Yeah, I do. I was scared, but it also I felt normal for the first time in a long time.
Wow, I didn't have time to think about that at the time. You're a lot deeper than me. But
Well, he's been thinking a lot. You've been busy. He's just been thinking for the past day
Right.
and a half. Yeah.
But I was thinking that maybe we should learn how to use our swords and my stick a little better.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Especially if they have those Bane swords.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You remember the dream.
I do.
Okay, well, why don't we talk to Jasra and maybe ask if she'll help to train us today with some wooden swords or something? So
Okay.
It'll be a start at least.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys
I
go
mean,
find...
you do have someone in your party that's a master
Jostra is
of all
literally...
arms.
We'll be
like,
asking you later.
she has a
she's the
long
armor
sword
master,
and
though.
she's got it into a...
I don't want to bother you. You're busy. You have other things to do.
It's like
really
a
not
post.
busy. It's just-
And she's clearly used this post over and over going to do this because there are hundreds of little notch marks in it. And she is... She's just sharpening the edge of a long sword as you walk up to her. Yes?
Never mind. I walk in the other direction. And she looks busy. So
she looks all the time serious. I mean, you kind of get the feeling it's like if you walk up to an NYPD cop and you're about to ask directions at the very last minute, you're like, maybe not. Yeah,
Right. Maybe we should ask Torrvic.
And Torrvic is?
I would just be in my room making
making
knitting
armor.
knitting armor.
He's getting chainmail.
Yep, and Oinkers is back with you at this point. Oinkers is, handing you tools and things like that as you're
just,
working. Yeah.
Busy work, nothing.
Yeah.
Well,
not being helpful to anybody.
I knock at Torrvic's door.
Yes.
Oinkers walks over and nudges open the door and greets you.
Torrvic, I was wondering if maybe you could help us.
Sure. What do you need?
Well, Para and I, we've had a little bit of, at least I've had a little bit of training in weapon craft, or weapon usage, but I'm not that great. And when we were faced with losing our powers, I'd really like to get better at it. I was wondering if maybe you could spar with us a little bit with some wooden swords, maybe teach us a few moves.
Teaching you the ancient art of sword fighting.
Yes.
Is that what you want? Oh, God. Okay. Well, absolutely.
Well, you were never really trained in any ancient arts. You've just been really good with an axe.
He's very good with talking.
Yeah, true. Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
No, I'm proficient in every weapon.
Oh no, you are. I'm just saying that I wouldn't call your abilities ancient. I would say that you are just good with weapons.
Yeah.
It's a different kind of
I
good.
like
No, but that's what I was.
flavor, though.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah,
his
that's how.
flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hand-to-hand combat. You want to get close and nitty-gritty with your enemies.
Yes. Well, I'm not
they're
really.
truly honorable kind of back. None of that magic-y push things around shit in the fire throwing. You want to be the real guy. You want to be the
Bear.
Right. Anyway.
We get.
Sorry, I got away from myself. Anyway, yes, absolutely. Do we need training swords, though?
Yeah.
Is that what you're looking for? Do you want to be trained in swords? Do you want to be trained in...
Well, Para, you have the sword, right? And I have my stick, so that's what we've got.
That's true. Although his sword is very, very sharp. And,
Yeah, but I'm saying he should train in swords.
yeah, like a wooden sword. That would make sense.
And
yeah,
I'll
sure.
just keep working. Actually, I'll get a non-magic stick to train with,
Probably.
so that way it won't hurt.
That would no. I mean, whether you pull your punches with a stick or not, it just doesn't matter. If you're doing subdual damage, you're doing subdual damage. You might as well work with the stick that you're going to use.
True enough.
Yeah.
All right, so we need to find a wooden sword. Which
Make a wooden sword
make a
relatively
wooden-
easily enough, like half an hour.
Yeah,
You'll have a decent wooden sword.
Give me
Yeah.
a couple of minutes. I'll I'll do some things and yeah.
There's
Torrvic.
extra wood on the ship. There's extra boards. Not hard to
Yeah.
do. Yeah. Just give me a what the fuck would you roll? Craft?
That was an old thing. It's not anything new.
I make iron.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't even matter. I mean, it's fine. It's a wooden. You
I
could
make a
literally put
wooden
a dowel.
stick.
It could be a dowel rod with a cross. I mean, that's all. Yeah,
It's literally.
it's not hard.
Yeah.
No.
So I mean, I'm not making your name. or anything.
That's interesting. There is nothing to roll for that.
I know.
It's because you use your tools.
Yeah, that's the whole tool thing now. If you have the tool,
Yeah.
supposedly you
You
can do
have
it.
proficient in your tools.
I know.
Magic
There's a couple of things I'm not happy with.
Yeah, I'm not happy with that. There should be.
I'm not. There should just be a
They
skill.
don't have to be a billion different crafts, which
No,
is stupid.
no,
they should have just made
Well,
craft.
you could specialize though. I would think at some point. Like I like that. I always liked in
In Vampire, they had
Hunter and
once you're
Vampire.
at fourth or fifth
Once you
level,
got
can
4
specialize.
dots, you can specialize in something, and that gave you. So in other words, you ever played Hunter or Vampire? Okay, so it's a dot system. So let's say that I'm a proficient in handguns. I know how to use a gun. I would have a dot. Okay, and if I was decent with guns, like at 2 dots, and then 3 dots and 4 dots. Once you get to 4 dots, you become an expert at something. So,
5 dots would be like the best human has ever been.
ever been. Like
master,
the
yeah.
finest
Like an Olympian.
rifleman ever, right?
Yeah.
So at like 4 dots, you would specialize, and like if it was pistols, you could like pick quick draw, or you could pick quick reload, or you could pick sniper, or you could pick whatever. There was some specialization.
Right. So
Now-
whenever you did that specialization, you'd get extra die to roll.
Right, because in the vampire system, it was always an ability plus a skill. So let's say you had 4 decks, you had 4 dots in dex, and you had 4 dots in firearms, and you had a specialization as a sniper, and you're on a rooftop taking a sniper shot. You roll 4 dice plus 4 dice plus 1 die, so you'd have 9 dice to roll. The dice are 0 through 10. If the difficulty, let's say, is 7, I would roll 9 dice, and every single die, 7 and up, counts as a success. Every 1 counts as a fail
0.
that takes off a success. Every 0
Gotcha.
takes off a success, yeah.
Well,
the
then
body
no.
I'm taking 20
720,
then. I'll take 20 and make.
Oh yeah, totally. No,
Just,
I mean,
yeah,
you make a
something-
fine sword.
Yeah.
It's splinter free and everything.
Yeah,
it's a fine
it's
sword.
It was a long time to describe it.
I know. Yeah, exactly. Sword's great.
That'll all
Done.
get
Good job.
It's a great fake sword made of wood.
Again, this is all moot.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, you guys make the sword, and and it's actually a really good sword. It's a nicely little carved wooden sword. The hilt has let's say some fire. Like you did just enough time to carve a few swaths of fire in the hilt of it to kind of
Just a little flare.
Yeah, nothing
Yeah.
super
A
fancy.
mark of whimsy.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha. All right, well, let's get to the training.
They're trained for the next 6 hours. Now, how are you going to train these two? Are you going to have them fight each other? Are you going to spar
Well,
with them?
I'm gonna just give them start with basic motions of attack and then basic defense and
Right. Basically have them spar with each other.
Well, sparring individually and then sparring. Well, sparring with each other wouldn't really help because they're two different weapons.
So we'll each spar with
Yeah,
you.
you just because I'm proficient in both, I'll
Okay.
show him
So you go sticks
positionings
with
and
one, and then you go swords with
yeah,
Para?
and then he'll
Okay.
watch with sword when I'm doing swords with Para.
And then maybe as a final exam, they'll face off.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah,
all right,
hit the
all right,
two
I
against
like
each
that.
other. You
Okay,
know.
so and there's a couple crew, and everyone stops to watch a fight, right? So you've been training them. I want you to roll 3 strength rolls. And so it's
7.
okay.
It landed in a crease. 17.
Okay.
17.
All right. And Para rolls a 12, a 9,
Oh. He got the
and
first
a
one.
7.
Sparks, I'm so sorry.
Sparks got the first hit.
Yeah, so, they're training with him. So
Yeah, okay.
now Xion has done more martial training. He's a little slow at first, a little
he's
sloppy.
in fact done this
Yes,
with his
exactly.
brother. Literally the same
Yeah,
thing.
for months
But
and
I'm
months.
showing like advanced technique.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Also
I've
hasn't
noticed
done
that
it
you
on
do
a
have a little
moving
skill,
boat.
but
So-
and he's also a dwarf now.
Yeah, right.
So that's
Also against
different.
the dwarf. He hasn't done it on a moving boat against a dwarf. So the first you practice, it takes you about 20 minutes to really get your sea legs and understand. Because every time you swing, there's so much weight there, and you're already trying to balance as is that you're really taking off your feet the first few times, but you get the hang of it, and you start to be really good. Para just isn't ever quite getting it. Okay, so it seems like he just can't quite get the balance or the he's not a lot of time to practice. He's
still
gonna need
new.
more.
There has to be a day one.
Yeah, exactly. But at the end of it, they're going to spar. You rolled twice really, really well. You have advantage for the first round of spar. Actually, you have advantage for the first 2 rounds of sparring. Are you ready?
Initiative or?
Initiative. 6.
All right, I act first.
Okay, I want perception rolls from everyone who's watching.
I want to be watching. 32.
Wow. Wowzers.
You
All
can
right.
see into my pores.
Creepy.
They
They are dirty.
Some of the crew are taking bets, is what you can say. And you know exactly how many bets have been cast and who's got better odds. And right now, Xion's got better odds.
Do stuff. Do stuff. Do your stuff.
Do what kind
do
of stuff?
do luck stuff. Make luck things happen.
Luck,
luck. Do your luck stuff. This is perfect. Influence betting. Make people bet more.
Well, I mean, that's not luck.
It involves it.
Yeah, but that wouldn't make people
Still
bet
the church
more.
of it.
Wouldn't
Just
make
because you're not.
That's not how luck works. That's not. Luck isn't influencing people to do a thing. Luck is saying that an outcome could
But
happen.
it's you're by making people bet and participate. Luck is being partaken in. They're
You're
in the
manipulating
house
it
of.
in the wrong way. It would change what the bet is. It wouldn't make anyone any more likely to bet or not.
Can I make Para luckier? Go to tap
Well,
him on the
you
shoulder?
don't know if you can. You can
Okay.
try.
I'm
I
gonna
want
try
you
it.
to roll
Okay.
wisdom.
I'm going to roll what?
I want you to roll wisdom.
Wisdom. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not natural 20.
Ooh, okay. So you.
But I'm like making it like.
So you
subtle.
walk up and you're like, "Hey, Para, you're gonna do fine, right?" And Para seems like stand a little bit taller. And he's like, "All right, thanks. Yeah, I'm gonna do all right." Dun, dun,
I
dun,
see
dun,
this.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, totally. You see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you see him stand it's a good pep talk. But again, nothing visual about her abilities at all. I mean, it's not like anything changes. anything, she's changing reality when she does it. So it's perceived exactly as reality by the rest of you. No, you don't see the change, you just see the reality as is. The only one who could perceive something happening in this instance is her. I mean, the moment it happens, it simply folds into this reality exactly as is and continues on. It's
Yeah, you
seamless.
wouldn't even be able to measure it against anything because you wouldn't know that he had performed poorly before that had even happened.
From
you would
an
just
outside
perceive this as what
viewpoint,
is happening.
nothing has happened.
That's why I'm convinced you
Then
don't
I have
have
seen
powers.
her do that.
I don't
Yes,
think you do
correct.
anything.
I've
I
seen
think
her
you're
come
just
up
an
and touch
elf.
him.
Yes, correct.
You've
correct.
seen me, people trip at the last second into my line of fire.
I've seen him trip into people's line of fire.
Yes.
doesn't-
No. You see weird things happening all the time. You've seen her get lucky, you've seen her get unlucky, you recognize she's the goddess of luck. You know all these things. But again, it just seems like happenstance. It just seems like these things happen around her.
I strike first.
All right, roll to hit.
Well, it appears her power has taken her.
What am I rolling? This is dexterity.
Strength, because you're rolling to
Oh
hit.
yeah, 19.
19. Okay, yeah, you catch him right in the leg.
1d6 plus 1 blunt damage. And this is definitely subdual. I'm not trying to kill my boys.
Of course.
Oh my God!
5
You
plus 1
snapped
is
his
6.
femur.
Wow. Okay. All right. So you just swing, and you swing, hard, but maybe a little harder than you thought, and you catch him right in the leg, and he keeps his balance, but you almost take him right off his feet, and he's like, ah, and you're like, oh, and then
I'm
he's
sorry.
But no, he comes right back at you.
Well, I scream, and when I see that, I scream at Para, keep your guard up.
7, and he just wildly swings above you because he got hit pretty hard.
Right. All right, 17.
17. All right, so
I'm going to disengage
you
next round if he
swing
doesn't
wild,
hit me.
so he swings wildly over you, exposing his ribs, and you come back up with your stick and smack him in the side.
3.
Oof! You hear the wind get knocked out of him, and he kind of leans back and then comes back in like this, coming at you with both hands and with the hilt of the sword. Natural 20.
The sword ignites.
I put a little too much luck in, I'm sorry.
Die, boyfriend.
And black fire shoots from his eyes.
All right, so 3 plus 4, so 8. So he comes down hard on the bridge of your nose. And like little black stars flicker in the edge of your vision as you stumble back, and one little trickle of blood rolls out of your left nostril. And Para, for just a second, you can see fire. And then it boom, and he just shakes it off. And he's like, are you okay?
Yeah, no powers. Let's keep going.
Okay. No, more bets are good. Openly
No, that's
now.
it. Kill each other. Go, let's go.
That's openly being exchanged at this point.
18.
18. Okay. Roll damage.
6.
Oh, okay.
From now on, it's going to be picture it.
He comes at you, and you just you at the reach, so you crack him across the head, and he spins around, and he stumbles for a second, then comes right back at you. Natural 20. Swing, he leaps over it, and he comes down hard, on your back. 12. And you.
I need to roll Constitution, but give me a
Oh
second.
no! Oh no!
Yes!
Oh
yes.
no!
I'm silently hooray.
All right. Natural 20. I'm still up.
Okay, so he just comes down hard on your back, and the whole flat of this wooden blade, for lack of a better word, just slaps against your back. It's going to leave a welt, a heck of a welt. But You're up. You dazed you, but you're still up. So you guys kind of disengage for a second. He's got two hands on his sword, breathing really heavy, sweat's pouring down his face. You're kind of leaning on your staff a little bit across from him, hot and muggy out, and then...
All right, one last attack here. 14. Does that hit?
14 will hit him, yes.
6.
Oh, okay. So you come back around and he moves in, but you move in faster and you again crack him right on the side of the head. He spins and stumbles backwards and has to shake it off and then comes for you. Swings wild, kind of sweeps and just misses by a couple inches, and as he carries through, stumbles a bit, but holds himself upright.
Are you okay?
He's like, yeah, I'm fine, come on.
7.
So you're a little concerned and you kind of swing a little half-heartedly. He easily blocks it and shoves your staff to the side. And as he's doing so, he comes back and goes underneath your forearm and just cracks it against your arm. 3 points of damage. It stings, but it wasn't that hard. He really couldn't carry through that well.
14.
The 14's gonna hit him.
3.
Okay, you bring the end of your staff up in a quick jolt, catch him underneath the jaw, and he stumbles backwards again. Okay, he rolls a natural 20. His eyes flare, like there's a brightness to him. It's almost like he glows as he lunges forward and just drives the point of this, the blunt point of this sword right into your stomach, and you roll to the side and you take 5 points of damage.
I'm out.
He jammed the sword into your gut.
As soon as I see him flare up and then go for like a kill shot and hit, that's when okay.
Okay, all right.
I'm passed out, blackened and bloodied by my own boyfriend's hand, lying on the ground.
Well, you wake up curled in his arms, and he's just like basically putting and now you see him very gently applying that blue flame that he's done before that doesn't hurt, but just lights up things. And he just applies it very carefully, and you just see him like he's so focused, right? He's applying one little layer of blue flame after the next, and you're healing slowly, but there's no pain. Bets being handed out and some grumbling as people are passing over silver.
Well, if anything else, he learned a new power.
That's true, exactly. Well, he learned a way to heal without pain.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
We make out to the point that everybody gets really embarrassed and walks away.
Excellent.
Well, I come over. Well, this is what, and then I see that. Oh.
There's like little tendrils of fire and little sparks of force. You guys kind of like swirl into a little.
That's not nice.
A little like force fire tornado. His clothes are being stripped off.
I don't know about all
We're on a ship, right?
Right. So then it's like the ship leaves and they're just hovering.
All right. Back to the game.
So yeah, that takes a couple hours. You obviously have to rest after that.
Right.
There's like one last meal served, and then it's hitching up horses, getting the wagon ready. I mean, land ho, you're approaching it. As Cyrina's ship crests the last rocky tendril of the mighty coal spine, the southern lands of Wessle loom into view. The land that juts out into the bay is covered in dense, impassable jungle, so remote from the rest of Wessle that there is no official name for it. That also would continue on to where the point is that formed the arch.
That's where we
right at the mouth of the river. So you would very, very clearly see this jungle to the north. And that is the jungle that continues here. Now you can't see it here, but that's where the arch is.
Right.
Right. Okay.
I would have discussed with Caitlin the possibility of. I get the impression that you're obviously not very martial trained, obviously. So how about...
You've never held a sword or anything.
Right.
No.
So how about more like training of you being able to get away? Would you like to learn about hiding and maybe learning to escape? And maybe even if you really, really want to, I could probably show you how to pick a lock so the next time someone locks you in a room because they're being mean to you, you could probably find a way to get out.
Let's just say that you guys are on deck. Well, it's kind of because she's like watching the stars, and Cyrina's overhearing this conversation. Are we even sure she should come with us?
What? Of course she should. She's one of us.
Yes, but she's also safer back here. Child, would you rather not just be safe at the Spid? My crew will take good care of you.
But Caitlin, so will we. Caitlin's a valued member of this team. She brings a lot to it. And once she can activate her power under control, she could be a really useful asset.
You assume.
I don't think it's so much of assumption as much as it is faith, Cyrena. And I have to say, as I kind of step next to Caitlin, looking at her, yours seems to be waning on us a lot.
I believe in you, my friends. We have come very far, but I'm asking what the girl wants. Have you asked her?
And then he kind of, no, I guess not. I'm sorry, I say to Caitlin. What do you want to do?
Well, I want everything just to be back the way it was, but I know I can't have that. But I also don't want to be scary, and I don't want to have any more nightmares. And it seems like you helped me a little bit not have the nightmares. So I think I want to go with Dorro.
I think that's a great idea, Caitlin.
And you can always take me home, right?
Of course.
If I change my mind?
Of course, I can take you wherever you want. I can literally go wherever I want.
No. All right, fair enough. All right, then yeah, she's on board.
I also would like Caitlin to know that even if I can't help you figure this out, I can help you find someone who can.
All right, Dorro, I trust you. Gives you a little hug.
Oh, well, I hug her back.
She's just a little taller than you are.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah.
And then I instantly teleport out of her arms and say, but don't think that this means I'm going to go soft on you in your training.
And she's like, all right.
There you
Full
go.
fists up. Yeah.
All right, now
ready to go.
get some sleep.
Right.
And
all 68 pounds of her.
this
is ready to fight.
This is going to be your first night of training.
All right.
What I want you to do is have those good dreams again. And try and think about how this happened. Like, how did I get to this nice place that I'm safe in?
Okay, okay.
Concentrate on that.
Take all of reality into the nice place.
Yes.
All right.
On to the night.
I know that
concepts.
I know that when I interact with Caitlin, the last thing she says is always something crazy like destroy the world. And I know you're joking. So I'm going to pretend she didn't say that and just walk away.
As you walk away, suddenly the
Here's another
water
one.
starts
Fine,
to
go
become
ahead.
cotton candy.
Yes, all right.
And the sails are made of rabbits. No, all right. You guys are pulling into, well, I mean, there's basically an inlet. You know, so you would kind of sail around this inlet here, crest around that last bit of rock, and the mouth of the river about 10 miles in front of you.
Excellent. Speedboat.
First of all, it's pouring into
No.
bay.
We make our speedboat with this keg.
First of all,
yes, you
no,
said it
I
was
said
water per something,
it
and
does
that's like way enough
shoot
pressure.
out water, but there's not enough pressure
Yay!
to move an entire boat with everyone in that.
You don't need a boat. We'll just get on the barrel.
I turn into an orca.
Does it work? Now that would work. Now the river's not. I mean, the river's wide here. Make it narrower later, but certainly for right now, you could swim up it
No,
as an orca.
I'm not doing that
Yeah.
at all.
Or
I'll
turtle.
help but I'm not turning it.
Or like, you know, alligator or whatever.
I'm not going to be turned to a beast of burden. I'm
How
not
about a trout?
Okay.
Makes perfect sense for going
Well,
up.
before
you
we
know,
disembark,
yeah.
I would suggest we look out our spy glasses and see if there's like, you know, evil orc guards standing
roll
out there or whatever.
perception rolls.
Before we...
Oh, I have a spyglass.
17.
I'm not moving anywhere. I'm actually using it.
19.
8.
12.
Didn't help me very much.
There's a glow on the horizon. Somewhere just past here, there's a glow from what clearly is a large fire.
Just past the coastline for people who can't see.
Right.
Yes. No more there.
Just past the coastline, as the edge of the coal spine wraps around the last little bit of land here, there's a glow from somewhere near where you know the Flat Rock clan of orcs to live.
Guess which way we're headed.
So,
That would extinguishes lanterns on the boat, you know, all the lights down just by the time you hit land.
Does
Right.
the glow
And-
look like lights?
Was that?
Does the glow look like
It
lights?
definitely looks like a fire.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's
giant,
it's like, and there's little, like, you know, a little spark will shoot up once in a while, or a large
Ashes.
glowing ember or something, yeah. Or there'll be like a crackling as a couple trees explode or whatever. I mean, there's clearly a fire somewhere.
Oh, it's like an actual.
It's an actual
forest fire.
It's an actual fire. It's not like a campfire. It's an actual fire. In fact, Rina,
Yeah.
roll me a knowledge of nature.
Okay. 8.
I mean, you've never seen a forest fire this big.
Okay.
So you don't know exactly what's happening, but it sure seems
What kind of
like
terrain are we in right now?
there's definitely trees on fire. I mean, it's right now it's really rocky and sandy, especially along the shoreline. So it's like there's not so much beach as it's just rocks that lead right into the bay here. So it's
like
very, very
badlands.
rocky. And then that breaks up into sand as you go deeper in.
Okay, so even if we were to go at full speed with our horses, it looks like, according to this map, it would take us like a day to even get there.
Yeah, you could roughly estimate that with the maps you have and the understanding of the area.
Yeah, because we know we're headed to Flat Rock on the search for this shield here at B. You know, so it's not like we can help anybody like immediately right now anyway. Weren't we going to look for this shield?
You could look for the shield too. Yeah, absolutely. The shield would be according to this map, it looks like the shield's the first thing along this path.
I want to go to the fire.
We're
I
gonna
kinda
go
do
there
too.
soon.
We'll let it burn first. Then we'll
gotta put itself out.
sift through the ashes.
This makes me uncomfortable.
They're having
I
a
like
really
nature.
big party and we're not invited.
Thank
Really
God.
big party.
Yeah.
It's a banquet just for you.
Dorro,
Featuring us.
Yeah.
they need an appetizer, Dorro's the appetizer.
That's right.
They're waiting.
You have landed. What is the plan?
Shield. We need
Going
to go
for
to
the
B
shield first?
Yes, we need to go to B first.
So you are going to B. Now B is roughly, from what you had said,
Right.
it looks like it's just on the edge of the jungle here.
Do you want to go get the
So
shield
just
first?
the
Or
edge
do you
of the
want to see the
jungle.
fire?
I mean, I could go see the fire. I'm stealthy. I could go just start to go see the fire.
Just
Well, the fire does seem a little
I mean,
bit
it's
I
more.
want to see the fire.
I mean,
It does seem more immediate.
like the shield
I
we
mean,
can
it
come
is
back
on.
for.
It is on fire, I suppose. Maybe we could save someone.
As you guys are talking, Cyrena steps onto land, and you see her kind of stumble for a second, clears her head, and she puts a hand out, and she's like, "Yes, the shield is here.
You can feel it.
It's that way." And she
Great,
just
we know where the
gestures to
shield is.
north.
Let's go to the fire.
Yeah, she seems to have an idea of where the shield is, at least. Like
going
now that she's
anywhere.
this
What if
close to
someone
it,
has it?
she seems to know. We could split up.
Let's split up.
Party.
It always ends well.
Wait, but I support this because if we have it uneven teams and I go with the uneven side, I can retrieve them faster than they could travel back anyway.
How would you get them?
What do you mean?
How would you get the other team once you lose sight of them?
Let's carry. We will carry our last battery with us.
The one that's cracked? You left
well,
that
we
behind.
left-
We
left
had
that.
2 cracked batteries, which
No, we had one failed destroyed battery.
No. There were 3 possible 4 cracked stones.
Okay.
And 1 new stone that we just got from her.
Gotcha.
And then
So you left one with a
the
crack in it.
perfectly good battery is up at the observatory.
Right.
The
There's another
crappy
one now.
battery with
Right.
other 2 cracked stones is
in the spear.
in the spear. And then we have one last battery with 1 cracked and 1
Right.
not. Yeah. And then we have an extra cracked one now just sitting out. And we have another cracked battery because we had 2 batteries that we used
So,
when Dorro split out of.
destroyed
Right.
Yeah.
So the one that's maybe got one more, they could put one more charge into.
Right.
That would have to go on the wagon since it's heavy.
Right.
So wherever that one is.
Is the one that probably goes to the fire with everyone.
Right.
And then I charge that, and then we bring like a team of maybe 2 or I would like
You'll need to-
3.
No, you know,
You'll
if
need to
we're
go
not
with Cyrena.
splitting up. We can't split up. That's stupid.
We have so much to do though in so little
Everyone
time.
wants to kill us.
But consider this: what
Well,
if
no
the
one knows
shield
you're
is
here right now.
What if the shield is just laying in the field? She goes out there, picks it up, we're done. Then we come back. She has the shield and the tabard, and we deal with this fire problem. Worst case scenario: someone has the shield, and now we have to take it from them somehow.
The
or
controller
something.
of the universe wouldn't
Exactly.
let us just have a shield laying in the fire in a field.
You don't know that.
know.
You don't know that.
Very
And
easily
you can't rule it out because he could roll a 1.
Dorro, you go with Caitlin and with Cyrena, Joshua Omar, and Rina. Torrvic, you come with me and Para, and we'll go scout out that fire.
Well, I was assuming Para's on the fire team.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Duh.
Okay. Yeah.
And
All right.
yeah,
So you, him, Para.
Yes.
Go into the fire.
yes.
On foot.
With our wagon, with
No,
the
they're
battery.
taking
With
the
the
wagon
wagon.
and the
Got
battery.
you. And Caitlin, I'm
Caitlin's
assuming.
going with Dorro because she can be protected better by him.
So on what's on horseback?
Yeah, we have an extra horse.
Right.
If
so you
push
have
comes to shove-
2 horses.
If push comes to shove, now we train a little. Hide. this is what you're going to do. I'm going to have her positioned somewhere where she's 100% safe.
This is how this could go. So the queen and her on one horse, Josra and Dorro on one horse, and then you. What is Rina going to do?
I don't need a horse.
No, she's probably faster than everybody.
No, she's not that fast on foot, and she'll be exhausted at some point. Horses will definitely outrun her.
I've learned anything from Lord of the Rings. Elves are
fast.
Very fast. And
I hate to ask this of you. Actually, it is a big ask.
Oh, here we go.
Would you mind terribly being one of our horses to carry the wagon to the fire?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Or you can turn into a rhino and just carry the whole thing by yourself.
Okay, you guys are having this discussion. As you're doing it, Oinkers walks over to her and he just walks behind you, and she walks behind you and just shoves her head underneath you, and you kind of like roll back onto her back, and before you realize what she's doing, she transforms. Her back raises, her whole snout extends, and she becomes this kind of like white, maybe like a little pale pink horse with a white mane. And she just kind of...
What the fuck is that?
And there's this pinkish horse with a white mane right in front of you, and nods, who very clearly gives the same recognition of Oinkers and the same kind of attitude as Oinkers, and is just standing there.
She can do it too! Wait a minute. No. What?
We have a nice connection.
I rub her, man.
Oh, and Oinkers is just like,
oh.
ta-da.
And there should be a camera shot right on Torrvic, and he's like, sadness, like, she used to be my pet.
Oinkers would see that, and Oinkers would trot right over and just snort, 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 and like rubbing her face against yours, and it's like kind of like headbutts because she's a little awkward in this body, but she's getting it, and she's very affectionate with you, and then very
I guess
quickly,
we are one and the same there, Oinkers.
And then because Oinkers is a horse, she just snatches a carrot right out of your hand, like if you pull out a carrot or something or apple, she's much more like as a pig she couldn't get it from you. As a horse she can get it from you.
Well, look at you. All right, are you okay with taking her?
Snort.
We've got a lot of things to talk about, young lady.
Snort.
All right, I suppose.
All right, the moment you found the shield, teleport back to us.
Yeah, I know. Come on, let's go, everybody!
Thank you for joining us for another episode of Godsfall. We have maps, character art, and world notes on our website at godsfall.com, as well as links to our Patreon account and Godsfall t-shirts. If you want up-to-the-minute information about our podcast and the Godsfall World Book, follow us on Twitter at GodsfallDC. We also want to take a minute to tell you about our good friends over at battlebards.com who have been kind enough to send us a catalog of all new sounds. They've added undead minions like zombies and skeleton hordes, and the necromancy spells that summon them. Weather like the roar of a powerful wind and the crash of lightning. Enchantment spells like Hold Person and Transfixion. Even the gruff, barking tone of a dwarf. So if you want your game to sound as good as Godsfall, check out battlebards.com. That's all from us this week. For notes, maps, and more, check us out on godsfall.com.
I was very satisfied because I was going to be super pissed if like you as a DM had just said, for some stupid reason, they made this Tower of Death, you know, just because they could.
Oh, and I have answered. Oh, but I died.
Right. And yeah.
Go forth, but don't ever speak to.
Wait, to who?
Yeah. No, it was very
It's like a Monty Python skit.
It was very satisfying.
All right,
Okay.
and
So it's the next day, which means we've gotten a full rest. So now we can get experience
I rolled a
for
natural
all
20.
of that union.
oh, right, shit. When is the last time you guys had experience?
Okay, everything from the top. Okay, the last time we slept was at the save room.
The save room.
The save room, which was right
Peace.
before.
So then
Peace
we
and
had
nightmares. Or peace
we had
Peace and
our dream, and we
dream.
woke up.
And then we went to the astral realm
Then we
room.
went to the astral realm room with the beholder, which will be some experience points. I should.
Okay, wait, hang on. Wait, so you were in the Chamber of War, and then after the Chamber of War, you were in
The save room, the
sports-
peace room.
the
or the
save room.
Astral realm. The astral
Yeah,
plane.
peace.
Yes.
Which turned into the land of dreams.
Well, no, I'm sorry. Hang on, wait. After the fight, you went into the Chamber of Luck, which was the maze room. You got through the entire maze room very quickly.
yeah, we've already gotten experience
Then
for all
you
that.
went-
We saved.
I'm telling
Oh,
you,
I see
what-
what you're
in
saying.
that
Yeah.
save
So
room.
Here's-
then you were-
here's where we have
wait.
experience.
So then you were in the Chamber of Peace and Dreams, and you slept there.
Yes.
From there, you went into the astral realm
Yes.
with the beholder.
Need all that.
So hang on, let's start there.
Okay.
It was a young beholder, right?
Fair enough, but
So,
So
I would-
4,200 experience points
No,
for everyone.
Still
I would
fucking
like
died.
you all to take 600 experience points from that.
wait till
Yeah, wait for
That's
Steven
fine.
to come back.
Everyone takes 600 experience points from the beholder,
I got some really good shots there.
the young beholder. Yeah. Everyone. Then you went into the Chamber of Sports Strength and Vitality, where your powers were removed from you, and you were forced to whack. Yeah, we're going to have to cut all this out when we edit. No, because we have heard it by then. All right, so you were forced to fight people from your past. If you don't know if they were actually them or if they were images, were they pulled into the Union? Were they not? Who knows?
Right.
But you were forced to fight demons from your past.
Man, I forgot
And
that.
you were
I
very
fought
successful.
Cebu.
Yep,
You
you
had
fought
Floor.
Cebu.
Baron
You
LaFleur.
fought Moderate. You fought
LaFleur.
LaFleur, obviously.
And then he got someone random.
And you got Tiago Reese.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So Moderate, Tiago Reese, LaFleur, and Cebu. You guys defeated them all quite handily. So I'd like you all to take 300 each for that. You made it through the Chamber of Flight and Speed as a team well and quickly. So take 250 points for that.
250? Wait, what did you say?
Another 250.
250, okay.
Then for the king, that went well. That was role played well. I like that scene. So everyone take just for getting through the Union and finally getting to the top of it. Everyone take 1,000.
Would I take a full 1,000?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, no, you wouldn't actually. Now that
'Cause
you
I
mention it.
jumped
Take
in,
500.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Xion, take another 250 because you had the most questions. You basically asked almost everything. So you got the most information out of them. And I would think on top of that, was there anything particularly inventive during that time I thought was really super clever?
Dating a woman.
You got your reward for that.
That's a reward.
That's a reward.
child support.
I got that really big hit on the beholder.
You all yes, but that was all team.
Yeah.
I would say that they were while there were some individual moments in that, really you guys faced those last challenges truly as a team. Okay. So I'm just going to keep everyone equal there, except when Xion kind of led the interrogation of the God King.
Questions need to be answered.
Yes, questions absolutely needed to be answered. Way before that, frankly, questions needed to be answered. I understand that writers have to draw things out, but it instantly makes you hate the writer. Mm-hmm. It makes you disbelieve the character because their motivations don't make any sense. Especially like when you see characters walk out of one scene and they're like, I'll explain later, right? And then they get in a car and they drive somewhere and they get out of the car.
No one explains!
And no one explains shit. And they get out of the car and they're walking and you're like, you had 15 minutes to explain everything. And you're telling me that person's going to sit there in that seat quietly and just
We have
accept
to pay attention to the road.
that you said
Hands at 10 and 2,
I know,
you know?
but no one would accept that. No one would accept it. You've seen me question people I don't even know, Michael, about shit. I'm like, no one is just going to accept that, you know, they'll be told later or they'll be informed later or you know all you need to know. Dude, they would pepper with questions until they were told what the answers are. Question about multi-classing. I normally don't like it, but pitch me.
I'm pretty much a druid at this point and turning into a druid.
Now, that, yes, I would agree with. There's very good reason to be going somewhere. Yes, and it's an excellent reason. I could absolutely see you being more connected. Now, if you're like meditating more, opening up more, yeah, your next level, I could see you going druid, if that's what you're asking me.
And so what I just, like Michael was talking about, was just take like something from the druid as opposed to taking like another level from the paladin. But
Right, you would take the first level
but
of
keeping
You take the first level of it. It's
You
like
would keep
becoming a
everything you
character.
have,
Oh.
but
and
take
then
the
you would
first
take a
level.
first level of druid.
Yeah, so you'd be a level 5 paladin, level
1 druid.
druid, level
God.
6 character.
Shoot. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how that works.
Okay, so, and at first level, you know, two cantrips of your choice from the druid
They
spell
made it
list.
easier.
Yeah.
They made
So I
that
would-
easier.
Yes.
It's just you just tack them onto each other.
Yeah,
now.
Okay.
There's no real
Just
math
add them
to it
Yeah,
anymore.
exactly.
Okay,
But you take the hit die.
but I don't learn. I would say I don't.
yeah, and
I
you
don't
take that
learn
die.
druidic. That's one. Like I wouldn't.
Yes, you would learn druidic. It would come to you somehow. A bat would teach it to you.
He's
or whatever.
attached to it.
Yeah.
Get this bee stuff.
Yeah.
You're making trees grow out of his fucking face. It's like
Well, that has happened in a while. In fact, those vines were retracted, and I'm going to say that they withered and died off and fell out as he drank. I was actually came to us from a Twitter.
I saw
user.
that. It became
was a
canon.
Really good
Yeah.
idea. So
Make sure
he
you
has-
thank whoever.
Yeah. So he has drunk those away. Let's say.
Oh,
They have withered.
impure. Impure, I say.
all
as I
right.
take a swig of
Beasts
my
are
beer.
cool. You know.
Beasts are very, very cool.
Yeah.
And beasts like alcohol.
I think it's a good idea. I think you should become a druid, frankly.
I like the idea.
Well,
We've
I want to
actually also
multi.
talked-
I want to like start losing a little bit of the paladin.
Yeah.
And going, but retaining the.
No, that makes perfect sense.
I mean, I'm not going to lose my weapon in my
No, you're gonna
armor
keep
training.
everything.
You're as
and
good
that.
as you are right now
Yeah.
as you will.
And in fact, you can still use your plate mail because it doesn't
Plate.
matter. I know plate. You can still use your plate because you can still use your wood. Frankly, it's not
Yeah.
even plate. You can still use your wooden armor because that's absolutely fine for a druid. That won't interfere with your abilities.
Right.
Yeah, that's
If he
perfect.
started wearing chain, it would actually.
Correct.
So-
Exactly. Yeah, but that wood armor.
But he's wearing wood armor.
There's no reason
You're
not
from
to
the
wear
trees.
that. Yeah, wood
It's
armor.
nature.
There's
Wood armor
actually-
literally built from a tree.
Doesn't
The
druids
Druid-
like one of their very first spells is growth, isn't it? Can't he do something to his armor then?
Well-
Could be like
well, the proficient-
a branch shoot out of his arm.
I mean,
My proficiencies armor say druid will never wear armor or use shields made of metal.
right.
So that's where it's going to come into, a little bit.
Well, then Torrvic's going to have
You'd
to
have to
drop
put the
his
shield down. Yeah, you'd have to put the shield down because the shield would. You'd recognize. If you were to do this, you would recognize that metal was getting in the way. It was blood. There's some energy. There's some energy past the animals, past the magic and the divinity. There's something else, and whatever that is, the shield would be getting in the way of that.
I'm making ironwood shield then.
Yeah, just exactly. Make a wooden shield. But there are ironwood shields.
And then you make an
Yeah.
ironwood staff, and you're completely made of ironwood. You'll be like Tree Man, King of the Beasts.
Yeah, totally. I mean,
Then I
Man.
start talking
Yeah.
really
Cool.
slow.
I climb Torrvic and
No.
build a house in him. I live in
Yeah.
Torrvic.
I am all about dual classing as long as there's very good reason. Like for instance,
Yeah.
we talked like Dorro. I think at this point would be sensible for me to take a level of bard. If he wished to, I think that would make absolute sense at this point. So things like that, yeah, totally. 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 Things like that, yeah, totally.